All right, family, I'm here. I'm currently in the building, family. Peace and love to everybody. We gonna let the room get a little busy here before I get started, family. But shout out to everybody who's out there, family. Peace and love to all the beautiful people out there, family. If you are beautiful, shout out to you. I got to make sure my internet is good, so I'm gonna go over here and see everything here, so I can see what's going on, family. That's right. Let me see this. Yeah, I'd like to give a special shout out to my beautiful wife and to my daughter Ayla, my lovely, beautiful daughter Ayla, who is almost grown. Ayla's almost grown and out the house, family. So shout out to her and shout out to everybody who's out here. Let me get this music off, family. All right. Let me see something. I'm about to get started here. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't do it smooth, family, but I'm out here. I'm out here. Peace to all the lovely people out there. Shout out to the beautiful country of Rwanda, where I currently am. And also shout out to my family in the United Arab Emirates. Peace and love to everybody. We out here currently. The title of this live is Africa or the Middle East better for expats? Which do I prefer? Do I prefer living on one of these beautiful countries in Africa, or do I prefer living in the Middle East, in the beautiful country of the United Arab Emirates? Now, I'm going to be talking mostly about the United Arab Emirates because that's the only country I lived in and my family lived in. We lived there 2015 to 2019. Then we just moved back probably like last year, there for like 6 months. So we know the UAE, family. When it comes to the United Arab Emirates, we know that country. When it comes to Africa, we live in certain countries 3-4 months. So we know a little something. Now, we don't know everything because if you live like somewhere for like a year or 2 years, you have a different outlook kind of for someone who's only been living there maybe for like 3 or 4 months or something like that. So I'm gonna just get started. But peace and love to everybody. I'm grateful to be here today. And let me tell you, family, when it comes to Rwanda, Rwanda's a beautiful country, man. Rwanda's a beautiful country. We're beautiful people, man. I've been getting treated good here in Rwanda. Shout out to Steve-O and all my friends. Shout out to all my Rwandan friends. Timo T. Shout out to everybody who I linked up with. I'm grateful for you. That's right. I'm grateful for you. All right. So and shout out to all my the American expats over here, the Jamaican expats. Shout out to Auntie Wendy, who be Auntie Wendy looks out. She made some oxtails the other day, and them joints were smashing. They was on point. So yeah, being a nomad and living in different countries around the world has given me insight on the types of places that I could live long term and short term. There are a few things that a country would need for my family, which we're from America, to live happy, productive, and fulfilling lifestyles. So today, I'm going to compare the country of the United Arab Emirates with the countries that we lived in on the continent of Africa. That's right. The reason why I chose the UAE is because we lived there, like I said before. In Africa, the countries that we lived in is Rwanda. It's 7 of them: Rwanda, Zambia, South Africa, Burundi, Mauritius, Madagascar, and Tanzania. And shout out to everybody in all those countries. We had a lovely time at each and every last one of them. So by the end of this broadcast, I'm going to let you know what I prefer. But as I go through all of these needs that a country would need to have in order to enjoy a short or long-term stay, that's what I'm going to compare everything to. So we have access to clean water and sanitation facilities. These are things that a country would need in order to make you feel comfortable, especially if you're coming from the West. There's certain things that, we grow up with that, if you just throw us out there and it's somewhere that don't got hot water and somewhere like, that don't got running water, we're going to be messed up for a while till we adapt. So these are countries that's easy to adapt to. And I'm going to talk about the things that each country would need in order for us to feel comfortable and things like that. So access to clean water and sanitation facilities. Now, the Middle East definitely has those things, family. It definitely has clean water and access to clean water and things like that. The pipes and everything is good. Never had a problem over there in the United Arab Emirates with that. Now, visited Africa, and in some countries, they do have access to clean water. Um, there may be some places within the country that does not have this luxury, but I personally didn't experience any African country where there wasn't like clean water and things like that. Now, there are a few countries where we experienced the water being cut off for a while, family. I said the water being cut off for a while. So that country is Burundi. I remember like the water was out for hours because I had to actually go somewhere and meet up with people, and I wanted to take a shower before I left, and the water ain't work. So I had to go out there funky and do what I had to do, family. But I remember that happened in Burundi, and I believe South Africa they have like a load shedding sometimes, where the water was out, um, and things of that kind of a nature. So I did experience the water going out in those two countries. Other than that, I haven't experienced that, but I did hear stories about the water going out, family. Like in, I believe in TZ, a family told me the water went out for like, I believe a week or something like that. And I'm not sure about Rhonda, but I did hear stories about that. But most countries that we visited in Africa, the water is reliable, especially in the cities and where tourists are at and where most expats are at. The water is pretty much cool. I see my beautiful families in the building. I'm gonna put what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the link in here. So if the lovely, beautiful wife wants to show her lovely, beautiful face, then hold on, I'm hitting the wrong thing, family. She's welcome to come on in here, and Ayla as well. So shout out to them, to the lovely family. All right, let me figure out how to do it. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put this in here, and then I'm gonna finish going here. Like my wife is the teacher, family, but I'm up here doing, just trying to do what I could do, family, and share the knowledge and things that I have for you, family. As King Nomad, I got to, share what I learned, and that's what we do. Right now, our page is not monetized, family. They demonetized our YouTube page because they said we were putting up videos that are against their policy. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put our cash app up here. If you feel like you want to donate to the Unapologetic Nomads, that's cool. But we're not up here begging, family. Like, yeah, our page got demonetized. Yeah, that was a big chunk out of our pockets. But we still gonna do what we do, family, because that's how we do it, and we love doing what we do. A lot of people will quit. They be like, "Oh, damn, my page got demonetized. I'm gonna just quit." We ain't gonna do that, family. You know what I'm saying? So let me put this. I'll put the cash app in here, or lovely wife, put the cash app in there. I'm gonna get on to the second point. So that was the water, access to clean water and sanitation. That's really not a problem in Africa unless you go to remote areas where that's not jumping and pumping like that. Then you might have a situation. But through my experience, I didn't experience any bad water situations. All right, affordable and adequate housing options. I said affordable and adequate housing options. The UAE does have affordable and adequate housing options. But in my opinion, the countries in Africa have way more affordable housing. For what you pay for like one bedroom apartment in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or something like that, you could have a whole 2-story house, family, with 4 rooms in there, and you could have like a little yard. You know what I'm saying? Because the UAE is a lot more expensive than Africa. So, Africa wins when it comes to affordable housing. It wins on that. Durable housing, now, you might find some places here in Africa where, like the pipes will be jammed up, so that has to get fixed. Or, some of the housing is not all the way. Sometimes you have to put money into a house, before everything is real comfortable. But through our experience, a lot of things did work. Sometimes we got rented houses where stuff didn't work, and we had to keep hitting up the landlord and things like that. Um, I would say round that happened, we had to hit up the landlord because it was like a water problem in one of the houses, and also TZ. It was a water issue. Now in Burundi, the hot water is not a thing. You know what I mean? I even asked my boy there. I'm like, yo, man, like everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? It's cold water out here, family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with the hot water? And he like, look, man, that's not a thing, man. Like, we just wash with however the water is. It's just not a thing. So, keep that in mind. All right. So that is affordable housing. I believe Africa's has way more choices of affordable housing, and it's way more affordable to live in Africa. And that's everything, family, when it comes to food, everything. We're going to get to that. All right. So, access to quality healthcare services. Now, when it comes to hospitals, healthcare, the UAE has an edge on this one. People from all over the world fly to the UAE to get certain medical procedures done. Africa has an edge on holistic kind of healthcare and lifestyle. Like if you're looking for like the organic thing, you want to grow your vegetables and herbs, and and you want to use the earth as your medicine, as what the Bible says, I believe. Africa is more in tune with that because of the climate in a lot of places, at least the countries we've been in. Because some places in Africa may not be when you get to northern Africa, but like the countries we've been in, the climate and everything is conducive to a healthy lifestyle. The fruits, you got the vegetables and things like that just grow wild, family. Herbs that just grow wild, beautiful people. So that's what it is with that. I'm gonna let the wife come on for a little bit and see what she got to say. She's in the building. Shout out to my lovely and beautiful and also gorgeous wife who is currently in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace, love, light, everything good to all of the people in the building. Shout out to you, love, and looking good. That's right.
Yeah.
Miss you. And
Oh yeah, we miss you too. Yeah, I talk to you
okay.
all the time, but I still miss you. Yeah.
I know,
Shout out to Ayla who's in the building.
I know. Hello. Yeah. Yes, Ayla is in the building as well. Ayla, the artist, had me running around. We're doing a little running around for some art stuff. We got some exciting things coming up for you guys. But definitely shout out to everybody who is on, and good seeing you guys. Thank you for tuning into the last live, but definitely here. So tell me what you want me to comment on the last thing you were
Oh,
talking.
if you want, you can comment on the access to quality healthcare services.
Why is wrong with
Compare that from the
that?
UAE to like countries in Africa that you've seen, like healthcare and services and things
Okay.
like that.
Am I lagging? Because something's not right. We're on the house.
I'm not sure. You know
Okay.
what? Do you hear an echo?
It stopped now.
Do you hear?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's clear now. Okay, okay, it's straight now because it was lagging. All right, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
All right. Do you have access to quality healthcare services? Like,
Okay.
how do you feel, or compare that from the United Arab Emirates to the countries in Africa?
All right. So as far as healthcare, I have only I got my eyes checked. Um in Rhonda. That's where I got my first pair of glasses. I just didn't want to get glasses, and you guys were telling me you got to get your eyes checked. You know, when you over that 40, your vision starts to decline a little bit. So I remember going to optometrist there in Rhonda and getting my eyes checked. So for the eye exam, for special lenses, I have designer frames. I spent on for the whole thing. I spent only 200 and between 220 and 240 USD for my glasses, and these were designer frames and special lenses. Um,
Yeah.
and we did as far as dental services. I remember in Rhonda, we got our teeth cleaned for what was that, 25, 30 bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25, $30 USD. Let's see. And so those are the two things, if you want, in that category that we had gotten on the continent. We hadn't, done anything else like that in any other country. And then
Mm.
here in the UAE, just to kind of compare, I sorry. Good. Okay. I had taken Ayla recently to get some, lab work done. She was just talking about being tired all the time, getting her iron checked. So they ran tests for like 5 different things, right? She got her, saw the doctor. She had some really bad allergy thing going on.
Right.
So she had gotten a special, just some nasal spray that helps to kind of, it was medicated that helps to stop that drip that she had going on. So with the labs we drew for like 5 different things, and with that for everything, that was 35 USD. That's here in the United Arab Emirates. So the insurance covered everything else. We didn't even pay for the medicine. So that covered everything, even the labs. That's what we walked out paying. So I guess pretty comparable depending on where you are. So I don't know how it is in other places, but that is what we spent
Yeah.
here for those services and in Rhonda. And like when I
Yeah.
go for other checkups and services and stuff, my copay is usually, because I do have insurance, is like $25 or less. And that's here in the
Okay.
UAE.
Now
Mhm.
the insurance that you have is through the school, so like
Say
that
again.
makes things a lot cheaper. Like if you were just to come here and try to go to the hospital, get some of the things done that you got done, there's no telling what the price would be. You know what I mean? But I know it's not American prices, but I'm not really sure what the price of like those things, those procedures you had. I don't know what the real cost of that is.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
because
see,
I
that's
remember in the UAE, I got my eyes done.
right.
For the I had to get like surgery on my eye,
New
and I
surgery.
think that surgery be like 1,500 or 50 some. It'd be up there a little bit, but we only pay like $50 because of the insurance we had.
Right. We
Yeah,
walked out. That's it. That was like a copay, and everything else was taken care of.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
The same day surgery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right, so my next need is the availability of nutritious food and safe food handling practices. Now,
Hmm.
like what I was saying before, in my opinion, is more organic food options like in African countries because you can just grow the food right there. Not saying that you can't have like an indoor farm or you can't grow nothing in the UAE, but the weather
Yeah.
it gets crazy like during the summertime where you're not gonna be able to grow everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Unless you have a greenhouse or something like that. But in Africa, everything is so natural. I believe Africa has the edge when it comes to availability of nutritious food and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, you can find everything you need in the UAE, but it's usually shipped or imported from other countries and,
Right.
and things of that kind of a nature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anything you got to say about that, Ayla?
I would have to
Food.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of like you said, food they grow in the
Hmm.
ground. Probably I don't know. They do import things, but still, like you easily just grow stuff and then
Yeah.
boom, versus here where, like you said, there's not the climate is a little different. So, but the fruit is still fresh. But yeah.
And there are farms here. People don't know that there are a lot of farms here. A lot of the local families do have farms,
True,
so
they do have
they
some.
do have animals and they grow crops. And I actually ran into, this is going to be an exciting. I can't wait to do this interview with this sister from the U.S. And she is here, and they're opening a restaurant. And she did say that definitely, she attested to the fact that the food here is not, and it's a chain, well-known chain restaurant. The food here, the food they use here is very organic, and it's totally different from the one that is pumped with hormones and different things that you might find in other places. So the food is very, because they have to eat a certain way here, and so that pretty much that does help, being that it's that
Yeah,
type of society. They have to eat a certain way. It has to be very clean. So the food definitely tastes totally different.
yeah, it
Especially when you
do.
talk about those famous restaurants you used to seeing in the U.S. They have a lot of folks that come over and they're like, okay, now this tastes different. This is like real fresh. And I'm not knocking the food back home, but we know the truth. We know the truth. We're not going to sit here and act like we don't know the truth of what's going on. And that might not be everywhere, because we do have places in the South, where people are, growing their food in different places. Even up north in the Midwest, people are growing their food in the States and
Yeah.
trying to eat more organically. So definitely the food is definitely is different. It's different. It's very
Yeah,
fresh.
and I have to say that when it comes to living a more healthier lifestyle, it's easier to live and be healthy in Africa than it is in the UAE. In the UAE, I cannot figure out what I have to do to not get burly. Every time I go to the UAE, family, I end up getting burly. The first time we went there, 2015, I got burly. This time when we was in there, I was in good shape, but I messed around and got burly, family. So I need
Yeah.
to figure that out or crack the code to not get burly in the UAE,
It's
because it's hard not to, family. And then when it starts getting hot, you tend to stay in the air conditioning and be eating,
yeah,
and the food be so good that, and there's so many choices. There's too many
yeah.
choices, as a matter of fact.
That's the thing.
It's too many
Yeah,
choices.
Yeah,
that's
Like
the
it's
a
too
thing.
many
lot.
choices. And Africa has more of a simple kind of choices and lifestyle. And then food is more healthier in Africa.
Yeah,
You don't find too much bready, just extra bready stuff. You're
yeah,
not gonna have that well, you got KFC and things like that, but
yeah.
that KFC and TZ and Dar es Salaam is dangerous. But other than that,
Woo!
KFC, like Africa is cool.
Yes, it
Africa
is.
is cool.
Ooh, it was
That
Yeah.
addicted
yo,
to
they
that.
got them honey with them
We were just
honey
talking about KFC today. Yeah.
what's
Wow.
them wings they got, Ayla?
Them
Dunk,
was it
What
Zinger
they call?
Dunks?
dunk
The
wing,
Dunks
dunk,
ones.
Yeah,
dunk,
them dunk
sticky wings,
wings.
sticky
God
wings,
dang.
sticky
Dunk wings. No,
wings,
those
Yeah,
Dunks.
sticky wings, or
But
dunk
sticky's
wings.
about the same
Yeah,
thing.
the
Sticky
sticky
wings.
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's yeah. Uh,
I
all right,
think
so we're
it's
gonna go to the next one. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think it's the food choices. It's so
Yeah.
much to choose from, and people just go crazy. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You can get on the app, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of restaurants. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so many
yeah,
choices. That's the problem.
it's
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
like people go crazy. It's like, okay, let me try this
Yeah.
today. Let me try this. Let me try that. Yeah.
All right, so the next one we have reliable and affordable electricity and energy sources. Now, in the United Arab Emirates, I haven't experienced like too many times where the power went out. It does happen sometimes, but it come right back on. It's like it'll go
It
out
must be like a
for
glitch.
probably like 3 minutes and then it'll come back on. Um, Now in Africa, some countries are better than others when it comes to power cuts. And I
Mm,
actually made a little list to show you which countries have the least power cuts to the countries that have the most power cuts that I've ever dealt with. Now,
yeah.
Rwanda is at the top for having the least, and they do have power cuts here and there in Rwanda. Then
Mm-hmm.
I have to go with Mauritius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I have to go with Zambia. Now, the house we were living at in Zambia was in Lalai, and I think they have more power cuts there than what they do in the regular city, Lusaka. So,
Yeah.
after Zambia for the least, Tanzania has a little bit more than Zambia to me.
Yeah.
Then I have to throw up Madagascar. They have a little more power cuts. then Tanzania. Then I
Yeah, I
had to
see.
put up Burundi.
Hey,
Burundi had way more power cuts than a lot of the countries I talked about. And the
yeah,
country that is number one on my
Yeah.
list is South Africa, family.
yeah.
Unfortunately, we love y'all,
I
but
know.
Unfortunately, and I love the
it's
country.
the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. Yeah.
I love the country, man. But we got to be true, man. And
Gotta
for
be
real,
true.
like with
And
South
not only,
Africa, they
oh,
huh?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In South Africa, they have something called load shedding. When we were there, I don't know if it's going on now. I think it is, but the power will go out for like 3 hours, like every
Yeah.
day. 3 hours every day, like, and it'd be a couple times, like it'd be 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the evening. It'd be like, oh gosh. So, you have to figure out things to do. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, when you in the midst of it and it's going on, like it's not as bad as you think. You just figure out other things to do. Like, let me do some push-ups or something. Or let me go out here, walk to the store. Or, let me
Hmm.
do
Mhm.
whatever, play hopscotch
Mhm.
outside in the front or something.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
you feel about that, Ayla? The power cuttage in South Africa?
Yeah, it was a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because the issue is when it get cold,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it be freezing over there. You need them
Yeah.
heaters. So you
Mhm.
gotta be
Mm-hmm.
somewhere where it's a generator or something,
Mhm.
cause it be cold. Oh my lord, it be
Mhm.
Yeah,
cold
that's
in that
true.
time of year. So
Yeah.
I
yeah,
have to agree on that one. Yeah. Yeah, I had to agree.
yeah,
All right, so I'm gonna move to the next one. All right, so these are things that we need in countries that we visit to make our lives comfortable, so we could be more productive and happy. All right, so I have for the next one, efficient and affordable public transportation options. Now, the countries in Africa have more affordable public transportation options, and some countries are more affordable than others. What do y'all think about the whole transportation thing as far as when it comes to the UAE and when it comes to the countries in Africa that we visited?
Um, hmm. Okay, so we haven't taken public transport here, to be fair. So I'm not sure how much that is. I think it's got to be way less than renting a car. So renting a car here is probably a little bit under what we would pay if we rented or leased a car in the US. So most people rent. It's actually cheaper to buy a car. A lot of people who work here buy their cars and just sell them when they get ready to leave. And you make a little money on it. You can sell it back to the company or you can sell it to an individual. So I would say a decent car, like a compact car, would go anywhere from 300 USD a month on up based on how fancy you're trying to live, which you don't have to. So to lease a car each month is around 300, 350 on up, and they take care of the maintenance and everything. So, and you do not have to have insurance here on a car. That is optional. But you just have to be willing to pay out of pocket if you get in an accident, which is no more. The cap is at 750 dirham, which is probably like 200 and something dollars, the most you would pay if you're in an accident out of
yeah.
pocket. Now, as far as transport in on the continent is way, way, way less. Um, Way less. And I think my favorite ride is the tuk tuk. My dad always teases us about that, the tuk
Tuk
tuk.
tuk.
And the tuk
Yeah,
tuks we found in what in TZ.
Yeah.
TZ. Yeah,
TZ
and
got the most.
Burundi. Burundi had them too.
Burundi and TZ got the most affordable transport. What did
Yeah,
we pay? Like 25 cents, something like that, to get
yeah.
around. 50 cent,
What?
dollar maybe.
Yeah, it'd be
Uh,
cheap. One
it's
thing I
cheap.
love, yeah,
It's
about out here in the continent of Africa, the countries that we've been to is like, they have the bikes in some of the countries. I don't know if South Africa have like the bikes, but you get little motorbikes, and they with the bikes, what makes them so good is that they can just move through traffic. They don't have to like, be stuck behind somebody to get
Yeah.
to where you got
yeah.
to go. And
Hmm.
out here around the, believe me, they'll make sure they get you where you got to go. But you do
Mhm.
have to be
Yeah.
safe. But I do like that option. I do like the
Hmm.
tuk tuk options. As far as TZ and Burundi, they had tuk tuks. Trying to think, Mauritius. What did they have? I'm kind of puzzled on that one.
Mauritius.
We was having trouble in
We
Mauritius
walked a
because
lot, and we
we
took taxis, but we walked a lot. We walked a lot and
okay,
took taxis. Yeah, mostly.
yeah, and they weren't that expensive at all.
No,
They weren't expensive.
not in.
In Mauritius, the transportation was a little more expensive,
We did the
from what
Uber.
I remember,
We did something like
but
an
it
Uber
wasn't
there.
too bad. I think they had Uber, something like that. Yeah.
But I
All
have to
right.
say, yeah, those two, Burundi and TZ, and then also the motorbikes are my favorite in Rwanda. The motorbikes are the bomb. They're the cheapest.
Yeah, yeah. I like the motorbike.
Best way to get around
That's my
Rwanda.
favorite way of getting around. Yeah,
Motorbikes. Mhm.
the motorbikes. It's so easy. You could just jump outside. Some guy, you see the motorbike coming. You, yo,
Yeah,
what's up?
it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So access to quality education and educational resources. Even though a lot of African countries are becoming more and more progressive, not too many countries can top like the educational resources that they do offer in the UAE. There are a lot of schools there, colleges from different countries of the world that have their schools there. And it's a real progressive country when it comes to like, especially this new stuff like machine learning, coding, and when you're getting into real progressive learning, architecture, fashion,
Yeah.
things like that. I think the UAE has the edge when it comes to educating people on these kind of subjects. In Africa, I believe South Africa would be at the top of the list when it comes to that. And then I would say maybe Rwanda, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to education and things like that. What do y'all think?
Now it's I guess as it's two sides. As a parent or as an educator looking for something, looking for, a gig. So for parents, I think you pretty much put them in the right order. So they have a lot of American schools here in the UAE. They have also I think they might have some in South Africa as well.
Yeah, because it's more like
there are I think they're on the British system in Rwanda. I think if I'm not mistaken. And then they have
I
a
think
lot
so.
of they have a lot, it's a mixture here. They love American education here. So they have the American system, they have some schools on the British system, they have Canadian schools, they have oh my goodness. I think every culture has a school. They have what Indian schools, Pakistani. They have everybody has a school. Different types of schools here. You have charters. You have international, public, private, government schools. There's so many, and then you have, as far as colleges go, there are options like from the U.S. NYU has a campus here, very nice campus. NYU, Berkeley is here. There's another one. RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology is here. There's so many. There's a lot more colleges. As far as like fashion, there's a top fashion college. Asmod is here. They're out of France. But it's a lot of different options for those who just want to get in, get what they need to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everywhere doesn't have to be permanent.
Yeah.
You get what you need to get and do what you need to do. People just shaking and moving and trying to get hold of opportunities and just do what they need to do. And I would say definitely, because I'm familiar with this place. That's why I say I'm familiar more with this place, because this is where we were from 2015 to 2019. And definitely, like in SA, you have a variety of different kind of schools as well. But as far as like hiring teachers, like me, I wouldn't be able to get hired in SA. They only hire teachers from SA. I couldn't work in SA as a teacher. And that's understandable, as far as their government goes. They hire only their teachers or people who are from there. And I respect that, but here you could be from anywhere in the world. If you are certified, you know what you're doing, you up on your game as far as being a teacher, educator, or principal, whatever, curriculum coordinator, whatever, then you could definitely possibly land a good gig here.
All right. So that's the educator, ladies and gentlemen. She knows. Yeah. So I have my next need: access to safe and secure employment opportunities with fair wages. Now, I must say, this is probably the most important part of this video right here, what we're doing right now. So make sure you like and you share and you subscribe to the channel, family. If you have it on you, you know what I'm saying? You like, yo, the nomads, they be out here working hard and doing their thing. You know, throw a little love and blessing in the Cash App. Like I said, our channel is not monetized right now. We do this out of the love because we love what we do, family. All
That's
right,
right.
so access to safe and secure employment opportunities with fair wages. Now, I must say that if you like, oh yeah, if you are a person who wants to work and be able to save money, the UAE is the best option, family. I'm gonna say that again. If you are the kind of person who likes to work and save money, if you want to have a job or get a job, move out of your country and be an expat in another country and get a job, the UAE is the best option for that. If you are an investor or entrepreneur with capital and you want to create jobs and things like that, then Africa is a better option than the UAE. Now, don't get me wrong, you have options in the UAE as well, but Africa is a better option if you're a business and entrepreneur, you want to invest, you want to build, you want to create jobs. I would say go to Africa for that. And one thing I will always say is don't come to Africa to look for a job because the pay may not suit your lifestyle. Always remember the Middle East to work and Africa to build.
Right. Right. Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Are you waiting on me?
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
definitely
Yeah.
agree. And this is just information. I'm Minister Information. This is what I've gathered, I've experienced. I was offered or a chance to work in a school and be very honest, in Rwanda. And when well, they said that, the pay wasn't what you're used to. And I took a gander at that. And I'm like, okay, thank you, but I'm gonna have to, decline because, I mean, coming from teaching for 20 years, we got to be honest, teaching for over 20 years, come on. So it's like, that's why like you say, don't go looking for a job because the pay is adjusted for that society. It's not adjusted for, you coming from different places and you used to making a certain amount. So, that's why we say don't go to the continent looking for a job. Now, are there jobs that might be available? Yes, but you really have to look. You have to do your homework, do your due diligence. But my husband is right. You go to the continent and you start business if you want to do something. We know quite a few individuals who have gone to many countries in Africa and started businesses and doing pretty well. So for those who are looking for a way to stack and save and get what you need to get to do what you need to do, then places like here would be a good option. And like we always say, no place has to be permanent. I work with a lot. My school, as far I can say, about 20% of my school, let me see, maybe 10%, 20% of my school are South African teachers. So people are wondering, oh, they say all this stuff, but it's like I work with people from the continent. I work with a lot of South Africans, and they love their country, but they know what they do what they need to do, and they do go home, they visit home. So, and I work with people from all over the world, people from Jamaica. There's a lot of Jamaican teachers from Jamaica at my school. I don't just say this to say it. There's a lot of people from all over the world who are here. I've met people. There are people in my school from Kenya. There's a lady from Uganda. I mean, there are people from all over the world who are here working decent jobs and making fair wages and taking care of their families and themselves. So it is possible. Do you find situations where maybe in certain sectors and jobs that it's not people not making a fair wage? Yes, but that's everywhere. Yeah, that's everywhere around the world. But people who are looking for a way to stack, I have to be honest, there are a lot of contracts in different sectors where you can do that if that's what you're looking for. And that's if that's what you're looking for. Yeah.
Thanks.
Because I know a lot of people say I can't do here. That's fine. It's not for you. It's not for everybody. Every place is not for everybody. So that's fine. You know, nobody's saying do this or go here. No, I don't ever tell people where to go, but I do say visit places before you decide to
Definitely visit.
uproot your life and move somewhere. You need to visit. I don't care where it is. You need to visit first.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the number one rule right there. Visit first. Now some people do slip through the cracks and they just go move somewhere. Like Auntie Wendy did that. She just moved and everything works out. Because I'm gonna say this: some people have a calling to go to a country. They just feel it in their spirit, or they be dreaming about the country. Or they eat, sleep, and smash that country. If it's on YouTube, they looking at it. Everything about they're just studying the country, studying this in them, and then when they go, it works out for them. The first time we went to the UAE, it worked out for us. So in some situations you can just move and go. But
Yeah.
in most situations, visit first.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
Mhm.
not sure. Don't sell your house. Visit first, and then
Right.
sell your house. If you enjoy the situation.
Right.
But now this next one,
Hmm.
it can be a little touchy, but it's something that we actually have to talk about because I've heard this a lot. Um, Now these are things that we need as far as countries to be happy, to be progressive, productive citizens, and or expats in that country.
Hmm.
Now the freedom from discrimination and equal protection under the law. Now, I've heard a lot of stories in Dubai about some Africans being discriminated against. Um, I've heard stories. Now, with my own eyes, I've never seen it. Every African that I've talked to, if it's cab drivers, and I do talk, like if I'm in the cab and I see a brother, with melanated skin, I'm like, hey man, where you from? A lot of cab drivers out there from Uganda, and I talk to them. I'm like, yo, so have you been discriminated against out here? Like, how's everything going? And all the time, none of them say yes. They all say no. I haven't, like I like this country. They say that they actually are in the country to save money and they send it back home. And one brother I met, he building his house in Uganda. His wife is still Uganda and he just sends money for his kids' school fees and things like that. And he was over there in the UAE for probably like 2 years. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of cab drivers who I met out there. There's a lot of Africans out there, family.
A
When you
lot.
go to certain stores, when you walk around, you see Africans from everywhere. If it's from Sudan, we met a lot of people from Cameroon. It's a good brother we know out there from Liberia, South Africa, real heavy, Ethiopia. So brothers and sisters are over there doing their thing. When you look online and look at news like discrimination, and you're going to find some things, and those are things that's out there. And I'm not writing those brothers and sisters off at all because
Right.
something can be happening with them. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And from my experience, it never happened to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't work there. Like when I'm in the UAE, I'm working at home. So I'm not really interacting and running around doing things. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she works there. So she could give you a better, outlook on the whole discrimination and things that go on with melanated people in the UAE. Have you, beautiful wife,
Okay.
ever felt discriminated against or anything like that while you were in the United Arab Emirates?
Nope. Never. Dead honest. Never. I actually ran into a sister who was here for like a year. And she's not in education. And she said, I have to be honest. I've been here for a year and I do not feel like I am a black woman. I feel like a woman. And when she
Hmm.
said that, I'm like, whoa. And because you don't feel that. I don't know. And I'm not saying it does not exist in pockets and places, but to blanket a whole place and say this is what it is, it's a lie. You can't blanket a whole place and say it's this or that. I wouldn't do that to any country because it's not fair. Because you're saying that every single person is like this, and that's impossible. I have not run into that. Like I am my students, for example, are very aware of everything that happens in America. They're very much aware. They are not dumb. So people are up on things that are happening around the world, all in the West, different things that are happening. And so people know what that looks like, what racism looks like, and what discrimination looks like. We in no way are saying uh, that it doesn't happen. It happens everywhere. I have friends from the UK who says what happens over there, and I'm like, what? That's bold. You know what I mean? So it's like for me to go and dig in pockets and corners and places to find things, I'm not going to do that. But does it exist? It probably does. I'm sure it exists everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
So let's not act like it doesn't. It exists everywhere. Um, but have I seen it with my own eyes?
Yeah.
Hand to
And
God, no, I have not seen that. And I have
I
not
have
heard anybody that I know say again.
no, I have to say something because a lot of times people will hear stories about what happens in Saudi Arabia or these other countries, what they do with their maids and things like that, and you equate that to the UAE, but these are two different
That's
countries.
two
Like
different. Yeah.
I believe the UAE or the Middle East consists of like the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait. You got all of these different little countries, and they all are different. Just like how Rwanda is different from Tanzania, those countries are different. You know what I mean? So you can't say that something that happens in Saudi Arabia, they didn't threw a maid off the roof or something. You can't put the UAE in that because those are two separate countries. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying the UAE is perfect and nothing happens
No.
there. From my experience, I haven't seen it, but online, I do see things that people say. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I only can go by what I've experienced, family. You know what I'm saying? And when I go to the UAE and when I'm in there, like one night, me and my wife, we were out just walking around. It was late, probably 11, 12 o'clock at night. And, it was people from all kind of, I don't even know where these people were from. It could be Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever. And we went to this little place and we had got some karak tea and we were just
Mhm.
chilling. And I'm just sitting there like, man, it's nobody like staring at me because I'm dark. There's nobody looking at me because like I'm crazy or nothing, and it was cool. It's like a peaceful, loving atmosphere out there. It's like my wife's mom, my mother-in-law said that when she would visited the United Arab Emirates, she said it felt like peace and love was just hanging in the air. And it does have that kind of feeling over there, family. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the other stuff, I haven't experienced personally. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And to the African brothers and sisters who I talk to, and I did talk to them because I like to dig and see what's going on. They say things is cool, family. So, what's going on in the media and the stuff you're reading
Yeah.
online,
Yeah.
that could
That's
be
something
stuff from
about
years ago. And plus, you cannot listen to all of that foolishness or believe everything you hear, family. You just cannot do it. If I believe everything I saw online, I would be mad out here, family. But that's just the truth of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know people don't like for people to like anyone to. Well, there's a few people I'll say that who don't like us to say things about our own country.
I wouldn't say nothing about. Don't say nothing about
Nothing.
America.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Don't
not.
even do it.
But it's like
Yeah.
somebody made a comment on in the in the feed just now. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
we know
it's
how racist, and we know what
everywhere.
goes on in America, but
It's everywhere.
it seems like everybody who come online has something bad to say about America, and I don't agree with the bully attitude that America has, and it feels
Yeah,
like it's two Americas. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't like to down my country, because that's just
right,
not what I'm. Not online. I don't like
right,
doing that. Not
right,
anymore. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because I
So
know
my
people
thing is,
like my
yeah,
family is out there working hard. I know people out there
right,
working hard, fighting for certain things, and we want to do what's right, by our family and our people over there because we see what they're going through, and I
hmm
cannot, blame them. Now you do got stuff going on over there that's foolishness, But you
Mhm.
know, that's what y'all. Then sometimes when you read in the news stuff that's going on, all these killings, and then you go back home and you don't see none of that. Like when we went home in 2018, it was cool out there.
It was.
It
It
was.
was. It
I
was.
don't know, man.
It was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the best thing we could do as just people, as human beings, is to visit places.
Yeah.
See for
yourself.
yourself. See for yourself what a place is like. Um, gotta just visit and see for yourself. Like I said, nothing has to be permanent. Just visit places and see for yourself. Like someone said a while ago, we tend to believe things we heard, and we don't know anything for sure what we know. It's a different thing to know what you heard and what you know. So I say visit places, and we do love our country. So don't get words twisted up and think other things and try to, people like to do that because I think there are people that like to, what's the word for it?
Cause
Uh,
conflict.
Cause conflict, and it goes somewhere that it doesn't need to be. We were born
Hmm.
and raised in America. Many generations of our family, many, 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 go all the way back
Yeah.
in America. And we have friends all over the world, and people moving and shaking and doing what they need to do. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Facts. So
I
we're
just
gonna
say visit.
answer some
My
questions.
keyword is visit. Go ahead.
Yeah, visit. One thing I have to say is that those are all the things you pretty much look for to have a happy and great time in certain countries. I don't think I hit on leisure though. Leisure and activities. When it comes to like doing a lot of activities, going out with your family, going to theme parks and stuff like that, there is no place on earth, and I'm gonna say this again, there is no place on earth that has more to do than the United Arab Emirates family when it comes to like theme parks, shopping. Just they got
Mouth.
everything you could think of. Like it could take a lifetime to just go everywhere there. It's so much to do there. When you come to Africa, everywhere is not like that. Everywhere doesn't have a lot to do for young children. Everywhere doesn't have a lot like like say Burundi for instance. They have that one little part downtown. You got a couple restaurants, maybe a couple bars, but it's like after you do that, like how many times can you continue to do this? You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
got to keep that in mind when you go to some of these countries. Like it may not be something for you to do all the time, but if you are an investor and something like that, you don't have to do something all the time because every time you go out, you spending money. So sometimes it's good to stay in and just
Hmm.
chill. So it's like
Yeah.
a gift and a curse with that one family.
Right.
So how do y'all feel about that?
There's a lot to do. We kind of stay in and get a lot of work done. So, but there is a plethora of things to do, especially for
Mhm.
families. I mean, you don't have to even spend money. You can go out and just walk around. You can go in the malls and walk around. You can go
Yeah.
to the Corniche at the waterfront and just walk around. Some people just laid up at the beach. It's just stuff you can do. Go to the parks. They have a number of green spaces and parks and stuff. You can go and just chill and not have to spend any money. Just let your kids play. And um, yeah, and enjoy themselves. You don't have to always spend money, but are there places where people go and they like to spend money? Yeah, there's a lot. There are thousands of restaurants.
Yeah.
There are many, many theme parks and things, museums, different things to do. Whatever it is that you like to do, restaurants or just sit at a cafe, game rooms for teens, movie theaters. There's a lot to see and do. You could stay busy every day of the week if you want to, but you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. How you feel about that, Ayla? Since you're a teenager, and I know you be needing things to do. You know what I'm saying? When you go to these different countries, some countries you be bored. Some countries, you got your friends. How is it for you as a teen?
Yeah, here as a teen, it's very good. There's malls everywhere. Teens love malls. Me and my girls, we just go to the mall, eat, walk around, window shop, and we're good. That's just the
Mhm.
basic stuff. Then comes
Mhm.
all the other activities you have here. So yeah, there's lots of choices and it's safe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
Mhm.
family. So this is the part of the
Now,
show or of the live. Huh?
wait,
You was about to say something?
yeah, I got to plug a little something here. So I'm an outdoors girl. I'm from the countryside, so I love nature.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I enjoy, I mean, I get so much pleasure out of just being outdoors in nature. So for me, definitely Africa. I have to say, um, what's the place up on the mountain in Rwanda?
Of his Zinda.
Fazenda. Yeah, I really enjoyed Fazenda in Rwanda. That was amazing. I love that. Just that part up there with the horses. You can ride the horses. I love archery, so I get to do my archery, get my archery game on, and just sit down and talk to friends, sit in the park area. I love stuff like that. And the beaches, like the beaches of TZ, Zanzibar, just lovely. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So nature for me, I love nature. Not saying that it doesn't exist here, but I really enjoyed being out and about in nature and the waterfall, just waterfalls, sunshine, like Burundi. Oh my goodness, when we went to that, I was expecting like a little trickle. I'm like, are you taking us way up here? We got
Mhm.
there, and the waterfall blew my mind. There were like five shoots, five different ones. I'm like, wow.
Don't forget the Mosotunya now. Mosotunya Falls.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Marcio Tunya, that right there.
Yeah,
Never forget that one too. Never. I'm just thinking
in
about Burundi because
Zambia.
I didn't expect that in Burundi. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
It kind of like whoa. But Marcio Tunya, it is mind-boggling. They call it the
Yeah.
Victoria Falls. That's how most of the world knows it. But it's Marcio Tunya in Zambia. That right there, that's a lot of water. It's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. So that I love
Mm-hmm.
nature. I do. I love, love, love nature. I love animals. I love seeing elephants. That's my favorite animal in the world. They are so majestic. Zebras. Like I love seeing animals in their own space and just roaming and doing their thing. That's everything to me. I love nature.
And I actually have a list from the most things from the countries we've been to in Africa, which had the most things to do to like the least things to do. Now my list, and these are the countries that we were in. My list is South Africa has the most to do. All right. Then comes Tanzania. They have a lot to do there. It's so much. You got the Serengeti. You got Mount Kilimanjaro. Dar es Salaam has a couple little malls out there. You got the beach. You got Zanzibar.
Whew.
I love Tanzania families. It's so much. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
so much. All right.
Shout out to
Then next
all of
on
the
the
countries
list.
on the continent. TZ.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mount
It's a lot.
Kilimanjaro was everything. I was like, this is this is the tallest freestanding mountain in the entire world.
Yeah.
And we are climbing with our feet on the first level. This is something you see in textbooks or you see on National Geographic. I'm like, how? You know,
Mm-hmm.
creator's
Yeah.
amazing. That right there.
Yeah. And we're
Wow.
going from most to the least. After
Yes.
Tanzania, I have to put in Zambia because there was a
Yeah.
lot to do with Zambia. Like, you got the falls. Zambia and Madagascar is pretty much tied. I have to say it's tied
Yeah.
because
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Madagascar has a lot of things going on too. Like, and we're talking about nature things, not so far
Yeah.
as like
Out in nature. Like,
um it's like outdoor things. Like you got the baobab trees, you got
yeah.
couple things going on out there in Madagascar that you really want to check out.
Makuni Big
After
Five.
those, huh?
Ah, was it Makuni Big Five where they had like the village out there back there?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you
We
got
had to
all of
check
that.
that out. Yeah.
So Zambia and Madagascar is around the same as far as things to do. Mauritius is now we're getting on the things where it's not too much to do. Mauritius is is a small family. It's like an island, and once you go around the island, that's it. But they do got a lot of malls and stuff in Mauritius. They do have
Beaches.
some.
Beautiful
Actually, they got
beaches.
some nice malls in Mauritius.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, they got some nice malls out there,
Yeah.
restaurants. So it's some things to do in Mauritius. After Mauritius, I had to put Rwanda, and after Rwanda, I had to put Burundi. With Burundi being the least like things to do in Burundi. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So we're coming to the part, family, where I let you know how I feel as far as and my family can give you their thoughts on where they would rather live too. Like, which do I prefer to live, Africa or the Middle East, family? So before I do this, I have to hit you with the Let me see. All right, that did. There we go. I got to hit you with the drum roll, family. Where would I rather live, in the Middle East or in Africa, family? One of the countries in Africa. Now, the Middle East does have a lot going on. You got, when it comes to the UAE, family, restaurants for days. You got things to do, nice malls and shopping. In Africa, you have the more natural lifestyle, the herbs, you got the fruits, you got simple ways of life, family. And I must say, since I'm a simple person, family, all the glitter and glamour and gold is cool, but I'm good just being simple, family. I love to be in Africa, family, more so than the Middle East. And this is no shade to nobody. Nothing. It's just like, and I really knew when I came back. It's like I came back to Ronda to handle business, and I'm like, dang, it's just a feeling, family. Like, and to tell you the truth, family, being an American, and I have ancestry that's in Africa, who were enslaved in America. And I feel like being a part of the progression of Africa is my birthright. You know what I'm saying? Because I have ancestors who are from Africa. You understand, family? So it's my birthright to just be a part of the progression of Africa, and me personally, I like to dibble and dabble in Africa more so than the UAE. Now the UAE is cool, I love it, it's comfortable, but for me it's too comfortable. It's so comfortable, I get burly, and my health, it messes with my health. Blood pressure be high because I be too comfortable. I like to be on the edge of my seat, like in Africa. I got running around. I got to handle this and that, and it's just I'm more busy in Africa. So me personally, Africa. How about y'all?
All right. You put me all in the hot seat. Wow. When I actually I was on the channel, and me and my husband talk all the time. So I was on the channel running through videos and videos and videos from adventures we'd taken. And I'm gonna be honest, I was in tears. And I'm like, wow, how? And then I know how. The creator says, because, sure, a sign. So I enjoy and have enjoyed the adventures on the continent of Africa. It is something that nothing can replace, So for me, because I love I love nature. I love nature. I'm a country girl. Sorry, I'm a country girl.
Yeah, and, my wife, she killed roaches with her bare feet. No, I'm playing.
That's cold. That's cold.
No, I'm messing with you. Yeah,
that's cold. Yeah, we know that here is not permanent. It was never permanent. I do love Africa. I'm gonna have to go. Africa is and I know it's a continent, so please stop putting in the comments. People put that is not a country.
Yeah, we know
that.
We know.
I know geography. It is a continent. And there are so many places that I want to touch down in and visit. Still, it has so many countries that I still want to visit. So definitely I see us still checking out the motherland even more. Definitely I have to go with Africa. Yes.
So Ayla, the Middle East, and I know this is the Middle East or Africa? And you be truthful, Ayla. You almost an adult.
This is gonna come as a surprise to many of you, actually. Yeah. So like think of it as what like mom said, like here's fine, here's cool, here is wonderful. There's so much to do and stuff. Yes, yes, there is. But if I had to choose, like what resonates really with my like spirit and soul places, I really was like, man, I like it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, and I'll be specific, like with a
Hold on,
country.
before you answer, Ayla, before you answer, I forgot one thing, and that is community. You understand what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Oh, so we have to
I
go back
forgot one thing, and
talk
that's
about
yeah,
community. And I
um
believe that our community in the UAE is real big, and
it's big.
it's a real nice black community over there.
yeah,
Um, and black people from all over, like the not the UAE, but America, the Caribbean. You know, a lot of Africans, Nigeria, South
Mm.
Africa. It's a nice, robust community over there.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
in the United Arab Emirates. In Africa, when it comes to us expats, there's a nice community here in Rwanda. It's a growing community here in Rwanda.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
I'm meeting people. I'm like, man, hey man, you help me make up my mind to come here. I'm like, oh man, cool, man. TZ has a big community of expats from the Caribbean, America.
Yeah,
Um, and South Africa has a nice growing
it's growing.
Right.
Yeah.
community over there. You know what I'm saying? So I have to say that about those countries, and because community is important,
Yeah.
to be around people who are on the
Yeah.
same journey as you and linking up with those people. So
And
anyway, back to you, Ayla. Oh yeah, anything y'all wanted to say about the community
community,
aspect?
I have to give props to the community here. I have to. I'm sorry and I'm not sorry. So I have to give props to the community here because and we've met so many beautiful people everywhere on the continent, around the world, in Asia. We've met some beautiful people, but here we've known these folk the longest. Some of them are still here since we were
Right.
here 2014, 2015. And they were like, we get together, it's a great time, no weird energy,
Right.
great vibes, everybody laughing and talking, getting along, male and female. I just
Yeah.
went to a birthday bash the other night.
Yeah.
We had a great time, beautiful place, everybody just having a good time, laughing and talking, and planning whatever they're gonna do next, but no negative vibes, everybody just getting along. And then some people become, your adopted aunties and uncles,
Right.
you know what I mean?
People
It's
you
that
really
kind
trust.
of
Like, you're
vibe.
close,
It's
a
like
close community.
people who you could easily send your child to their house overnight, or you watch my child, vice versa, I watch yours. And I know you can find that in other places, but we've known a lot of our people here who are
Right.
from the US and other countries a long time, and I can't forget them. They are like family. And definitely the community here is big.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of us here, outside of what people might think or say, but there are a lot of people that are here from where we're from and other places, definitely. So I got to give props to them, our community
Yeah.
here. And there's a growing community in Rwanda. Some people we really don't know. We left 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
when there are a lot of people who definitely call us, text us, leave messages, and we really, really appreciate you appreciating what we were able to just give you information and help you with certain things to make your transition smoother. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's true.
definitely. And I'd like to give a shout out to Malachi Muhammad, who's currently in the building. So
Yes.
Ayla, back to your question. Now, me, I chose Africa because it resonates more with my spirit. And I feel like when I'm here, my ancestors are smiling, and they smile wherever I'm at. But it's just here is like it's just a different feeling, family. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Your mom, the Queen Nomad, she said Africa, and I was a little shocked. I thought, now
Why are
how
you
about
shocked?
you, Em? Well, like I
Listen,
know
there are
y'all like.
reasons for
Y'all
choices.
like
It's
the
not.
high lifestyle,
No, it's just your
No,
living
don't
other
say
part.
that. Don't say that.
and
No,
going to
there
the
are
mall and
reasons
shopping.
for choices. There are reasons for
Mm-hmm.
choices. We were here because we needed to do certain things for Ayla. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
For Ayla, that went into a lot of decision making, making sure because she,
Yeah.
she needed a break. And that's reality. You get burnt out, you need a
Yeah.
break. You need to be able to go, okay, let me get myself together. Let me come back to one,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So, and it is what it is. But I'm a country girl. Don't say that. You don't see me walking around with diamonds and all of that. I'm very simple. I love nature. I'm gonna say that, to be honest. So that's nah. I enjoy, it's nothing wrong. I always tell people there is nothing wrong if you are the type of person that like nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to deprive yourself and go around, looking like, no, you don't have to live like that. That's anyone's choice to live how they
Yeah,
would
that's
like to
true.
live. There are people who move to the continent and build massive mansions. You know what I'm saying? So that's their choice. I can't tell somebody how to live and what to like.
Yeah.
There are people who collect art. That's their thing. So what somebody might like as far as things go, it's all up to the person. But that doesn't define the person. I love nature. I love different things. I love people who put their hands to work and make things. A lot of my jewelry were made by my friends or people from the continent. And so those are things I enjoy, simple things. But I love art. I love beautiful things that are you put your hand to something and make it. Yeah.
Nice.
Unique things.
All right, so Ayla, what do you choose?
Why does it keep freezing?
Something's freezing. You good?
Okay,
I
it's
think
back
that's
on.
on y'all end.
Huh?
We
I don't know. It's
good?
weird.
I think
Yeah,
think
we're
that's
it's
on
good.
good.
y'all end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it look like it's on y'all end. So Ayla, would you rather live for a long period of time in the
Mm-hmm.
Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the United Arab Emirates, or one of the 7 countries that we visited in Africa?
That's a good question. So I know before I used to always be choosing UAE a lot. I do remember doing that. Like we would think, and then a lot of pluses and stuff I thought about, and at the time I would keep choosing here because I missed it. So yeah, I can say that. You know, then you get to a place and you realize,
Difference.
things change, feelings change, everything changed. I still love this place, but I'm not gonna lie. If I had to choose between here and Africa, I would choose, and I'm going to be specific. I would choose if there wasn't the issues that it had, it would be much better. But I would choose South Africa to be exact.
So
South
Michelle
Africa.
picked
You love
said
South
it.
Africa.
Somebody just said
It
it.
would have been South Africa. I would say that.
That we shall pick.
Golly. Ayla love her some South Africa, boy. Low
Yeah.
shedding and everything.
No shedding and
Yeah.
all.
So what is it that you like about South Africa?
I had a very strong spiritual connection with the place. I will say that. So it's it was a nice feeling being there. Well, yeah, it got nice architecture and everything. Food choices, things of that nature. So and I like seeing people that look like me too. That's nice. Walking around, everybody's like, "Oh, how are you? Cool." And yeah, you blend in definitely. We blend in
Yeah.
here too, but you blend in even more there, obviously. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 But I think all in all, and I see you in the back, Stuart. I'm gonna let you on. But all in all, I think that different countries are good for different things. When it comes to United
Yes.
Arab Emirates, that's the perfect
Really.
place to get a job and be there for a while and build your money, save your money. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
gonna be tempted to go out and do a whole lot, but save your money and keep it so you
Yeah.
can use it for something. Maybe you can build in the country you like in Africa and things like that. It's all about planning and figuring things out. But us being nomads and doing a lot and living a lot of places, we could come on here and tell y'all how it is. But I believe that Abu Dhabi is a great city, a lovely city. Dubai is a beautiful city. And the country of the United Arab Emirates is a great place to get a job, get your money,
Right.
live a peaceful life, connect more with your family, because that's important too. sometimes like living in America, like even with us, our family wasn't as tight as it was until we moved to United Arab Emirates. Then we had time to chill with each other and go out, do more family things. You
Family.
understand?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna let you on, Stuart, and see what's going on with you, family. Let us know your name and where you from, even though I just said your name. Yeah. What's
Hi,
up?
family.
Hi,
Hi,
Stuart.
hi, brother Aaron. How are you, buddy?
What is up?
Hi,
What's up with you?
Is he
hi, Sister
frozen?
Nikki. Hi, Ayla.
Turn it off.
How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. You
Yeah,
crispy.
yeah. So I'm based in South Africa, in
Where you're
Johannesburg.
from?
South Africa.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I had the luxury of meeting you guys, but it was quick.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, at the meetup organized by Brother Assad.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's long time, Sister Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. That
long
was
time.
nice though.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was nice. But also, I do work, for an American company based in South Africa, which we have also offices in UAE. So I was there. I even wrote to you guys, wanted to meet you guys. I was
Oh
there
yeah.
from from the 4th of March to the 18th of March. I was in Abu Dhabi. I stayed
Ah.
for 2 weeks, but I had also seeing customers in Abu Dhabi as well. I went there to that industrial area, uh, Mufasa. Is it Mufasa or Mustafa? Yeah,
Mufasa. It's not far.
yeah, yeah. And I went to just did the tourist thing. Went to the Sheikh Zayed's mall and to mosque. Saw the mall. I think it's Dalma or Dama or Dalma
Oh,
Mall.
Okay.
you know.
Alma
Yeah.
Mall.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
how'd you like the United Arab Emirates?
Well, being a 42-year-old man now with family, I was checking Ayla, when she responds. As much as I'm a South African, I love South African, but I must say, if these things they came earlier in my life, I would have started my
Hmm.
career in UAE. Very progressive country, very pushing on all levels. I mean, I'm part of the team in UAE Al Barsha South in the
Oh.
engineering space. And everyday people that you meet there, like I was staying at the hotel Grand Hyatt. I met Dr. Eden Fabio from NASA. He used
Mm.
to be a former athletic South Africa coach. He's a Frenchman. He's now based in the US. He was here working on a project to take the royal family of Dubai to space. They're busy with that program. So
Mm.
remember, these guys, they've got Museum of the Future, and they've got all
Yeah.
these plans to be ahead of time. There's always, even on our daily work at the office, there's always something on research and development that these guys are doing. Be DIWA, like you have DIWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authorities. Then you have ADIWA, Abu Dhabi Water and Electricity. And you have SIWA, which is Sharjah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's always these associations that are pushing for the next. So in terms of future setting up, for Ayla and all of that, I think it's the best. What's name? Africa is home. Africa will always
Yeah.
be around. Like you
Yeah.
said, Kid Nomad, that there's a lot to do and it's a melting pot of cultures. You find people from
Yeah.
Nepal, in India,
Hmm.
India,
Yeah.
Kashmir.
Philippines.
You use when I got there, I thought it's my second time, but this time around I didn't use Uber. I was using Kareem. So efficient, Kareem. If you're
Mm.
using Kareem app, to move around. Even when I went
Okay.
to Abu Dhabi, I was using the Kareem, what's name,
Nice. So I
app
want to
to.
ask you a question.
Mhm.
Did you while you were in the United Arab Emirates, did you feel any like discrimination because you're African or because you're black?
Let me be honest. Like, I'm part of the. Okay, most of. I mean, if you look at the history of UAE, honestly, it was built in the back of Indians in particular. There's a lot of Indian population, like about 90 or so, and then there's
It's a
Pakistan and
lot.
everybody,
Yeah, the
right?
Indian
And
population.
yeah, and in my team, my line manager, my team, when we go to dinners, it's Indian people. So from everyday Arabs, I mean, I think the UAE people is just like 1 million of them, or like the Emiratis, the actual,
Hmm.
the ones that wear abaya with a black,
Yeah.
what's so
Mm.
you don't see them every day. But if
Mm.
you opening up a legal entity like an LLC or something like that, you'll find the owner of the company is a Emirati, but
Hmm.
they follow the Muslim culture, which is not like showing off and all of that. I think maybe people might have in construction places, you might be like, for instance, there's a lot of free zone, free zone like Jebel Ali free zone. If you go
Mhm.
to, this is oil and gas fields and all of that. Maybe in more of a construction work, which is a rough environment, people can find themselves what's name. But with all fairness, that country, when you land there, the tone is clear. We don't have time for racism. We don't have time for small talks of racial issues. We are
Hmm.
here for bigger things. And this is what UAE it has positioned itself. It sets the tone. When you land in the airport, you gotta, even on your day-to-day business, you can see, man, take yourself self serious and respect others. You'll never, the tone of South Africa. I've seen a lot of, even I've got friends that are South Africans that are that side, but I also have some customers. When I met them at the show, Middle East Energy Expo, we were there. I mean, you can see a South African white dude. It doesn't even have
Hmm.
funny games, funny or funny
Okay.
jokes. Yeah, so I think they've set the right standards over there,
Nice.
and yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that's my experience.
Nice. All right, Stuart. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna let you go. We about to get off here soon, but thank you, man. Hit us up on Instagram, family. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, check you out. I'll check
All
out. I've got
right.
you.
We sorry we
You know,
missed
man.
you because we get a lot
All
of
Hey,
right.
messages. Yeah.
yeah, no.
Oh man, I was see I had hit the button
Sorry about
earlier.
that,
My fault,
Stuart. Yeah,
Stuart.
hit it by mistake. Yes, that was
Yeah,
my
funny.
bad.
But when he said there was a lot of Indians in the United Arab Emirates, that reminded me. We went to Dubai on I think it was like Eid holiday, in the Ramadan, and I thought we was in Mumbai, family. I said I thought we was in Mumbai or New Delhi. I thought we was in New
It
Delhi.
was
It,
A
it,
lot.
it
Yes.
was flooded with nothing but Indians, family. I'm like, are we in Dubai or Mumbai? What's going on here? And let me get some chicken tikka masala. Yeah. But anyway, family, we love and we appreciate y'all for checking out the Unapologetic Nomads. Please make sure you share the videos. It was a lot of jewels getting dropped here. If you are the kind of person who wants to be an expat, you thinking about going to Africa, you thinking about going to the Middle East, it was a lot of jewels right here that just got dropped, family. Yeah, now and my wife and Ayla could give their little shout out, and then we're gonna end the whole live, family. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So you gonna say something?
Yeah.
I'll finish up. Any last
Yeah.
words, Miss Ayla?
Um, stay safe and stuff, y'all. And I hope you like enjoy the live and whatnot. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. And what I want to say is, I'm in the process of moving the. I know there are quite a few people or individuals who receive the monthly newsletter. So I'm in the process of moving it over to, and it's digital, moving it over to the website. So I've got to revamp a few things and create a space for it. So you can start looking for it on, if you are a receiver of the newsletter, receiving it, you can go soon to the website to check it out. And I'll put up the old issues up there as well, so you can check those out as well. Thank y'all for requesting it. So definitely just wait for my email for that one. And definitely those who've been signing up or are still with us with Patreon, those who would like to, you can still do that at patreon.com/unmad. And those who joined recently, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And thank you for appreciating us. We appreciate and love you right back. Check us out at www.unapologeticnomads.com. And if you are, quite a few people reached out recently too for a consultation. They want to know about certain places and whatnot. You can actually sign up for the consultation on the website as well. We'll just schedule it and go from there, So, and thank you guys always for your support and your love and checking on us. Yes.
That's right, family. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all continue to like and subscribe and share the content. Definitely subscribe when we get to 1 million subscribers. That's our goal. So, yeah, family. The membership. Shout out to Patricia Boyd. We're having our channel is no longer monetized, family. I don't know how much I can stress that, but our channel is not monetized no more. So everything we do now is just strictly for the love of doing what we do, family. A lot of y'all thought we were faking and out here, just trying to get money, and you thought we was out here trying to do all this other stuff. But we showing you, like, we just do things for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? Just getting paid is extra icing on the cake. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, we lost all of our members. We lost all of our monetization. We just lost everything. We can't even send a super chat no more here, family. But I must say, if you want to send us something, definitely hit us up on Cash App, and I'm gonna put it in the chat again. If you want to send us something, and we appreciate when you send us things. That helps us out a lot. But yeah, family, that's what it is. Someone said I didn't do the weather. Today, the dew point was just right, family. Just know that. And Kagata Rwanda, you can't have a better dew point than what it was today. That dew point was dew point in the day, fam. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, we love y'all, family, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the.
You're not going to do it.
All right, family. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Love.